Good work clearing another path through Axiom Prison. I'm starting to think those stories I've heard about you might be true. With the road to the Frisian forest clear again, I trekked through to the forests beyond to see if the strangeness we're seeing on the coast is also happening inland. What I saw nearly froze my heart solid. The animals there, poor wretches, overtaken by some sort of parasite. As close as I can reckon, they're like termites, burrowing into flesh and mind instead of wood. If I'm right, there'll be a nest somewhere, and a queen. If you can find it, destroy it. Those parasites aren't something we want to see around here anytime soon. Farewell.
Who'd have thought those bleating bastards would go and find religion, eh? Now there's nothing quite so sure to spoil a man's appetite than an ecclesiastical debate come supper time. Yet this goatman god, this Aberoth, seems fair determined to mix his morsels with his spiritual enlightenments. To put no finer point on it, when the goatmen find him a soft pink human or two as divine sacrifice, he eats them, meat, soul, and all. Well, that's what the legends say.
Greetings. I have another deity in mind who could be persuaded to donate a little essence to your ongoing edification. Aberrath, a deranged old goat with a thirst for human souls, whose cloven hooves now stand astride the old prisoner's road. Have you ever tasted a soul, Beastlair? No, I imagine not. The poets all speak of sweet souls, bitter souls, enlightened souls, and twisted souls. You know what most of them taste like, really. Regret, with a lingering aftertaste of should have known better. A renowned alchemist, eroded by his lust for distilled spirits, and not the alcoholic kind. Aberrath the Scholar King, dancing upon a stage of chemicals and fire. He used his knowledge to burn away the flesh so as to liquidate the life force within, a libation he consumed with both frequency and alacrity. It started with animals, goats specifically, and thus his own cruelty became his curse. The Scholar King became the Cloven One, quaffer of souls. Some say he turned to the dram of man in order to cure himself. I believe his thirst simply grew with his burgeoning immortality. And perhaps he still retains some of his scholarly nature, for he seemed fair determined to share his hard-won wisdom. He took himself a princess, a lovely thing from a local tribe, and 9 months later she gave birth to something rather unlovely. The Fawn, as wild and wicked as the shaggy god himself. Schooled in his father's ways, the Fawn would carry off many more virgins in his time. And thus, the race of goatmen. The puppet mistress was a revered matriarch who nurtured her tribe into greatness through love, peace, and fecundity. That is, until her children were slaughtered by Tukohama's brave warriors. Dissolution and desperation. They do troubling things to the spirit. And given enough time, what one believes, one becomes. A maggot that festers and writhes in the fetid mud of the wettest lands, Räklasta, the white worm that corrupts the very earth while her heart yearns to replenish her slaughtered brood. Hers was a prolific tribe once, fat with peace and fecund with love. Then Tukohama's fire swept across her sacred land, and her children were butchered by the madness of war. Now the Immortal Mother has one waking thought. She will also ensure that her children are never harmed again. How? By making everyone's children her children. Farewell.
I cannot do this yet.
He did this to me! The King of Brian. And he wants me to be...
I give you to my ancestors.
What a lovely day we're having. You do know it's cruel to make jests of an addled mind, don't you? Nessa, alive, and turned into a bloody cod. Huh. That said, you've never been wrong before. So seems like I'm going to have to stare this fanciful tale in its fishy face. She talked of the Brine King, did she? Now there's a name what can trouble the breeches of even the most jaded of poets. Though Mervale might be dead, the sea still has its seductive songs. And this time it's a big, briny baritone doing the wailing.
You've seen Nessa. Talk to her. Well, that's more than I dared hope for, truth be told. This change she's going through, this curse the so-called Brine King has put on her, it can be broken. I know it. You've got to keep going. Follow her trail before it gets any colder. Make your way along the coast, the ship graveyard, even Mervale's cave if you must. By my reckoning, this king's not the sort to venture. Farewell.
Still composing that poem?
I cannot do this yet.
Abarath. At last, your thirst is quenched.
Good souls were hard enough to come by without that parched old goat drinking his fill. You have done humanity a noble service.
What are you doing? God drag you to damnation if you're gonna stand by and let this happen to me, to us! Because believe me, the Brine King has far greater appetites than one nothing of a girl from Orient. It doesn't matter what he'll do to me now. It's what he'll do to Рэklasta. Yet there's hope. There's always hope. If only you can reach Mervale's cave. If only...
The old goat's turned up his tootsies, has he? Oh, wait! I feel a poem coming on. Through the bleating flock, our exile did wave, over hoof and horn and goat blood spray. Until, at last, an audience with old King Billy, or the Cloven One, or Aberon, and other names just as silly. Dine with me, friend. Old Billy did growl. Feed me your soul, feed me it now. Our exile just smiled and gutted that goat. So poor Nessa. If the ship graveyard is sealed off with some brine-born barrier, then the king clearly knows that you're coming to relieve him of his queen-to-be. Ah, well, you should be used to long and arduous journeys now. If nothing else, it's good fodder for an epic. I'd best get composing.
Welcome. The ship graveyard's blocked off. Damn it. That means that Brine King bastard knows you're coming after Nessa. In that case, you'll have to pass through Prisoner's Gate, follow the mountains, and make your way back to the sea by way of Mervale's caverns. From the sound of it, Nessa's in no condition to venture far from the coast, so she has to be around there somewhere. Stay sharp out there.
I cannot do this yet.
Exile! It is time to hunt! You are well prepared for the end. This is a fine capture.
cannot do this yet.
Come on now, don't got all the names too, Jim. You're to do the dirty work while we do the digging. It's as good an alliance as any. But let's hope. We're a proud people, don't we? Difference is, we labour against the grim realities of life through the judicious application of bravery and courage. One's lineage carries an ongoing tally of renown and accomplishment. We do this not for ourselves, but for our children, should we one day have him. He's open. Watch your back. Itching for me to lose another limb, are ya?
My mana is gone.
Räklasta! Release this land to the will of its true children.
The Asmeri believed that one day, this world of ours would collapse under the weight of Räklasta's offspring. A frightening thought, and thankfully, a mistaken one.
How can I help?
Another damn god, you say? Yeah, that figures. A primitive deity from a primitive time, crawling up out of the dirt with a view to enslaving us all with its creeping, bloody offspring. I think we could all do without gods like that. So here, take something for the road ahead. The way things are going, it'll be a tough one. Farewell. Farewell.
Oh.
I'll let you know.
Greetings. She will soon bear fruit. She is pleased. Greetings. I'll see you again. Yes, just like that. Your bond deepens. Drive them back. She is pleased.
I cannot carry this.
Hello again. Be ever vigilant. Hello again. Fight for Рэкласта. She will soon bear fruit. Good to see you here. Be ever vigilant. Good to see you here. Be at peace.
I cannot do this yet.
Brine King. His time has almost come. Then hope will be... eyes will be gone. Please, take the black flag. It once fluttered from the mast of the Black Crest, Wayland Roth's ship. Throw...
Greetings. Old salty Tsoagot, pickled in a thick brine of ignominious carnality. Vanity was Tsoagot's downfall, and I think he grew his shell just to shield himself from the shame of it all. It's time he sailed out to that reef refuge of his, cracked his carapace, and dined on the divine meat beneath. When I first met Tsoagot, he was a seafaring chieftain, the beloved leader of a prosperous and sprawling fisher tribe. It was the curse of legacy that made him into the blasphemous Brine King, an endless madness of propagation and disappointment, all in the vain hope of recreating himself. Fishwife after fishwife he took, and every one of them spawned a monster. A truly noble king would have surrendered his kingdom to cleaner blood. Alas, although Tsoagot had many fine qualities, generosity was not one of them. Goodbye.
It would be wrong to do that here.
Are you being led into a trap?
I cannot do this yet. It would be wrong to do that here.
Come to hear your poem.
Good tidings to you. You've got the black flag from your grandfather's ship. Ah, the Black Crest were the most formidable ship to ever sail the seas. Yet now it's a hulk of rotted wood and bone, mouldering away in that forsaken graveyard. But why is it there? You don't think that Merv... Never. I wouldn't even think it. No Roth would ever fall victim to that tentacled sea hag. Wayland must be out there somewhere. Yeah, castaway, that's it. For now, you'll be off to safe passage to the Brine King's Reef, and there ain't no ship going to get you there faster than the Black Crest. So as the only Roth present and accounted for right now, I hereby give you permission to burn that flag and the beacon. Might as well see if there's some truth in that old legend about it resurrecting the wrecks of Roth's past and other less notable vessels. Maybe when this is all done, I'll take the Black Crest for myself and sail out in search of me grandfather. He's too hardy an old barnacle to kill, so he'll be out there, somewhere. Time and tide wait for no man.
I cannot do this yet.
Good tidings to you. Yeah, I know the Brine King. What pirate doesn't? Drown me fair share of mutineers under the full moon. To keep the old king's slumber when storms threaten, you see. If he's been roused from the depths, it'd be nothing but ill tidings for those of us with air in our lungs. He'll be getting back to raping and eating us ocean-going folks soon enough, stealing wombs in which to spawn his slithering offspring. Aye, that blasphemy is out there somewhere right now, I'd wager. And to think there'd still be folks needing transport from Oriath. More commissions to be had. But a lecherous sea god, now, that complicates things. Time and tide wait for no man.
cannot do this yet.
Retreat, Highborn! Oh, I'm going to lose focus!
I specialise in logistics and planning. I don't know how you've survived out here on your own, but I'll do what I can to support you with my supply skills. From the back, far from combat. Stay safe.
return to the dirt.
So you're the shite that's gone and summoned me to the beacon, eh? Damn it all. Says rules and now I'm bound to you. The legendary Whalem Roth, captain of the Black Crest. Cursed to be the undead slave of some lowly outcast by the looks of it. You got an ass for a brain in a tick skull of yours? Of course I'll ferry you to the Brine King's bloody reef. I'd be wanting to discharge this accursed duty and get back to me afterlife. It's not right. Not natural being above water without a beating heart in me chest. So get yourself aboard and be quick about it. Don't think I'm going to be bawling and chaining after your sorry ass once our journey to the reef is done. Right, well on with it then. Go find yourself a salty sovereign to the throne. Fool's errand if you ask me. Old Briny will catch you like a fish, but at least when you dig me water, I'll be free to go with me on the voyage. So off you go, matey. Lord of Salt and Scales, what we used to call him. They say when the gods got the boot from our lands, that monstrosity went to sleep down in the deep. Dreamed the kind of dreams that cause all sorts of guild abominations to rise up, to plague and hunt us for what he thinks we must have done to him. Was a time we got ordered to hunt them things near extinction. Free the trade routes from old Briny's tyranny. Even so, not a sailor worth his salt who won't sacrifice a lousy deckhand or two by light of the full moon just to keep that overgrown crab
slumbering in the Oriathan trench. If he's risen again, you bet your bloody ass we'll bug it.
This world isn't yours to conquer! Now, I can focus. Destroy them all! For Рэklast!
I cannot do this yet.
So strong. So dedicated. A man like you would never disappoint a lady in need. You're a gift, don't you see? A sumptuous feast for His Majesty on his wedding day. Really, we are both so touched by your generosity.
My mana is gone.
Tsoagot. Born of ocean's mire, and death washed clean of dark desire. And thus the Lord of Salt and Scale sinks to feed the fishes that flit amongst the ruins of Soartha. Come and jest of his divine juices while they are all washed away.
The Black Crest. She lives again. And my granddaddy. Still can't believe Mervale did that to him. The bilesome bitch. At least his spirit roams free once again. Wonder if he'll come and visit his favorite granddaughter one more time. Anyways, with the Brine King gone, you've done a fine thing for us seafarers. The waters won't no longer pander to the whim of an overgrown, bloody crustacean. And damn me if I don't feel a stirring in me loins. It's the ocean, calling, like a lust-starved lover. But for now, bugger it all. I'll be sticking about Lion Eye's watch until I get me a new ship. Don't feel sorry for me. With me womanly wiles as sharp as they are, I'll be having Tarkley help me pass the time. Just you see. Time and tide.
Clearly the old Brine King wasn't worth his salt. A fish out of water, if ever there was. But, I suppose, as someone wise once said, you can't teach a crab to walk straight. Too much. Yeah, be honest with you. All this fishy mirth is me just swimming around a tricky topic. Nessa. She's not coming back to us, is she? Can't say I'm surprised. What with everything she's been through. What she's become. I wish her all the happiness she can find out there in the sea. More than she could muster on this god's awful land of ours. You've the deck of the mighty Black Crest under your feet, and old Whalem himself to man the helm. Well, I'll be a pirate's monkey, mate. You sure do know how to travel in style, Exile.
Keeping out of trouble?
I'd hoped for a chance to see Nessa again. Dreamed it like some poor bloody child believing in fairy tales. No, she's not one of us anymore. But at least she's not like Mervale either. Can't overlook a mercy like that. Who knows? Perhaps Nessa is better off this way. Not like this is much of a home to come back to anyway. Look, I know you did what you could. And for that, you'll always have my thanks. Farewell.
How did you? You're still breathing. Bloody barnacles on me arse. You, my new friend, are a legend of the high seas to behold. I tell you what, I've already done my bit getting you here, but if you're looking to sail on to Frisia, me and the Black Crest would be honored to take ya. Hold on to your cockles, me hearty. The sea betwixt here and Frisia be the most ill-tempered there is. Here's hoping you've as much steel in your gizzard as you seem to in your heart. Cast off!